It's Malara Green, and you're watching the Superwoman Project. Please enjoy this next episode. So, who are you?
My name is Kimberly Griffin. I am a mother of 3 sons, a grandmother of 2. I'm a daughter to the late Oscar and Rose Frederick and a sister to Daryl and Michael Frederick. And I'm the wife to Warren Griffin.
So it sounds like you come from a very proud lineage where you want everyone to know who they are, and I love that because family is so important. So, what is it that you do?
So I am a full-time epidemiologist for the public health. I'm a publisher for a motivational magazine titled Bully. I'm also a founder of a nonprofit in honor of my son that I lost called Support Joey's Heart. And I'm a new business owner to a supportive in-home services for those with developmental disabilities.
Oh man, so a jack of all trades, if you will, but each one sounds like it's very important to you.
Yes.
So, what made you get into public health?
So actually I went to school for it, for public health. Wanted to find out more or less about the things that we should be focused on. Disease prevention, the crises that's going on. And so I got my bachelor's in health and wellness, but I decided to go into public health because I wanted to find out the initiatives on that. So that's what I did.
Okay. So not only are you helping worldwide when it comes to our health and overall wellness, but you're also an entrepreneur. And I heard you say that you have a magazine that's called Bully. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. It's an amazing magazine, I promise you. And then you have your nonprofit for your son, and then you have a new company as well. So tell us kind of what made you become an entrepreneur. What was your why?
Okay. So my why started in 2019. 2019 was a big hit for me. I lost 3 individuals, and it was just like a domino effect. So I lost my dad first in January, then my mom went behind him in July, and then my son went behind my mom on his birthday in October 9th of 2019. He lost his life to fentanyl synthetic drug. So when that happened, I had no hope. You know, I was suicidal, I was depressed, and at that same time, I lost my job. I was laid off because of COVID. So I didn't have a clue what to do, but you know, God just kept giving me this vision, and I kept feeling the vision, but I just didn't know how I was going to do it. So He said, you need to start a magazine. So I'm like, I don't know how am I going to do that, you know? But I brainstormed and I did it, and I had $140, I'm being honest. And I used that money and I invested it, and I started creating, and the first magazine I created was a picture of myself thinking, you know, about the things that I need to do. And it worked. And then I just kept going, and from then on, I started a nonprofit in honor of my son to talk about those that are affected with depression, because I was very depressed. And then I also started writing children's books. So I wrote children's books for children to understand those with different abilities, those that may have a different field of education. And so Bully won't go on. So I did that as well, and then I just continued going, and it started working for me. So, and it started giving me hope. It started giving me a purpose, you know. So the purpose was for me to touch those. Well, with the magazine being motivational, it was to touch those, to allow them to release that negative impact that they had in their life. Because a lot of people hold on to effects, and sometimes it could do more damage than it could do good. And so when I started listening to the stories, it not only helped them, but it helped me. Because I knew I wasn't the only one going through some form of depression or some form of anything that I went in my life. So it worked for me, and that's how I became an entrepreneur.
Man, that is so powerful. So your story of becoming this superwoman was there was some pain. There was a dark moment, but you were able to find that little teeny glimmer of light.
Yes.
So if someone was watching this and they were at the moment where you were, at your lowest, it's dark, they don't know how to get out of it, what are some, let's say, practical steps that you can encourage them to take to get to where you are now?
Okay, so what I did was, I think individuals need to first focus on your mental. You know, find something that you enjoy doing. If it's writing, if it's cooking, if it's singing, if it's dressing, if it's creating, decorating, anything that you like to do, and continue doing it. Make a schedule, and every time that you have to do that event or that project, do it at that time. Because that's what I did. I made a schedule for myself, and I knew I had to do it. Stay consistent, and at that point you will be able to get out of the dark place that you're in, and that's how I got out of it, but consistently writing and brainstorming. So yeah.
I love that. So what I'm hearing is, if someone is in a dark space, the biggest thing is doing what you love.
Yes.
And sometimes people don't know what that thing is that they love. So a lot of times you have to try different things, but once you find that thing, like you said, it's being consistent.
Yeah.
So if someone was to ask you, what does I'm enough mean to you, what would you tell them?
I'm living in my truth, being bold, taking chances, and finding the thing that you love doing the most. And that's how I knew I was enough.
Well, I'm definitely going to tell you, you are definitely bold. And everything that you're doing right now, so many more people are being blessed by it. So I know it has come with a sense of pain.
Yes.
And I know that people don't just get over certain things. So it's not about getting over it, but it's how do I get through it? How do I find those things to keep pushing through? So you are definitely a testament of that. And I hope that anybody watching this video, that they feel empowered, where they hear like, hey, some years ago I was at this point, but this is where I'm at. And it doesn't mean I don't have my moments,
Right.
but what it means is I'm able to be consistent enough to get to where it is that I want to go to. So I commend you, and I thank you so much for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
Yay!